Alright, so I've just been recording a bunch of Modern Warfare topics today. I don't know if any of them will see the light of day, or if all of them will, or whatever, but my voice is a little bit hoarse from it. But I wanted to talk about my big negative thing about Modern Warfare, and that has nothing to do with the game itself. It has everything to do with the length of its life cycle. I have talked about this in the past, but it's worth bringing up. God, I just wish Call of Duty would release a game every 2 years instead of every 1 year. It feels like a Call of Duty game comes out, and then a couple months go by where it's a little bit rough, and we're trying to get everything balanced and figured out, and we're trying to provide our feedback to the devs and all of that. And then you only have like 10 months with the game, and realistically you're not going to play a video game for 10 months straight without stopping. Even my absolute favorite games get old after a couple of months if I was just going to play them, every day, every other day. So about 2 months goes by, the wrinkles get ironed out, and then you have about maybe 4 or 5 months after that you're kind of interested in the game and you're playing it regularly. And then after that it starts to taper off, and then the next game comes in. So you might be thinking, well, boom, that's pretty good then, because by the time you're tired of the game, the next one comes out. Yeah, to a certain degree, but mostly because we're expecting a new Call of Duty, and Call of Duty games are built to be a year-long affair. The games aren't designed to be 2 years worth of entertainment. The post-launch content is not supposed to be substantial for longer than like 9 months while they get it all figured out and released. If Call of Duty shifted their development focus to making 2-year games that could have Battle Royale modes, social hubs, the war mode, classic multiplayer, campaign, zombies, Spec Ops, a juicy game that comes out every 2 years, God, every 3 years, would be fantastic. Instead of a game that gives you, a several-hour campaign that might be replayable later down the line, a traditional Call of Duty multiplayer, which is fun for about half a year, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending on where you sit, and a side mode that a minority of the community will enjoy as their main mode, but the rest of the community just kind of plays occasionally. It's a great game for 1 year, but as I'm getting older, it's harder to get excited to buy into a game that I know a year after it's ready to play on my console, I will be playing the next one. Well, you might be thinking, well, then just don't play the next one. Well, this issue has cemented for me since becoming a YouTuber, because although it's very exciting to play the new COD, it's exciting to cover it, I would be much more excited about a game that I can sink my teeth into for 2 years. Especially if it's a Call of Duty I like, or a Call of Duty that can be made better because it'll have more time to be so. It's weird to think that, wow, this Call of Duty game will not be the newest thing come August. Like, after August, we will already probably be playing the beta for the next game, getting hyped for that, and that sucks. So Call of Duty now is like a game you play like end of fall, through winter, through spring, through summer, and then you're just sitting down and waiting for the next one. That makes the games feel lighter, more shallow, less worthy of my $60. And you might think, well, the player base will probably die after a year anyway because it's just Call of Duty. Well, first of all, how big would a 2-year Call of Duty be? How many things would it have? Would it have a Battle Royale, Zombies, Spec Ops, campaign, social hub area, and traditional multiplayer that makes it feel like a big, cohesive, connected game that's, worth your $60 and worth like getting into and grinding and playing a lot of? It could add 30 prestiges, tons of weapons, old maps, free DLC and paid DLC. That's the thing as well, is it also used to irritate me because it's like Call of Duty is an annual series that wants me to spend $60 for the game at launch, $50 for all the DLC packs, and then they want to sprinkle in microtransactions everywhere. But now we have no season pass, free maps given to people, and crossplay. And crossplay will exponentially raise the player counts. You have the player bases of both PlayStation and Xbox and PC at your fingertips, even if it was just Xbox and PlayStation. That is a massive amount of players, and I don't think that would die after 2 years if the game was big and provided a wide variety of experiences for a wide variety of players. So let's say Modern Warfare was a 2-year Call of Duty, and that's how long the life cycle was going to be. Well, worst case scenario, every single Xbox player except for me stops playing the game. Every single one. It is just me. I'm the only person on the Xbox servers. I still have the entire PlayStation fan base that's playing it as well. And vice versa for PlayStation, and also for PC if, however it ends up working, because apparently nothing's fully confirmed. I thought the controller thing was confirmed, but that apparently isn't. But this adds so much longevity to a COD game. If they do this for all future COD games, which I believe they will, I see no reason why this couldn't happen. People love co-op, so they love Spec Ops. They love Horde modes, they love zombies. They love Battle Royale, so they love Blackout. They loved Call of Duty's multiplayer, so they play Call of Duty's multiplayer. And if you don't think a cross-platform game with all of those things could last 2 years, I honestly don't know what would. I'm just saying, it would be nice for a Call of Duty to have to release 2 Christmas maps. It would be nice for a Call of Duty to feel like a more substantial product. I mean, hell, people that didn't like Call of Duty Ghosts played Black Ops 2 for fucking 24 months. And they loved it, and that game isn't exactly the most content-filled Call of Duty out there. But it has a replayable campaign, solid multiplayer, and tons of zombies maps by the end of its life cycle. And I know for a fact there were people that played Black Ops 3 for 2 years, played Infinite Warfare for 2 years, and are still playing COD World War II because they hate Black Ops 4. Not to mention the people that are still online modding and ruining Black Ops 2 to this day. And of course it goes without saying this would give the developers an extra year to work on their games, which could mean more content, smoother launches, and just more time for refinement or redirection if required. In my opinion, it's a net positive. As much as I love Call of Duty feeling like a bit of a holiday, you know, every year Call of Duty Day comes along and I get all excited and giddy, I would take games with more substance over annual games any day. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, and I will see you when I see you. Goodbye. Nice throw. Fair enough.
Gotcha. Wait. What happened?
Yeah,
What did I miss? Ow. Did I headshot you with that? Ow.
You hold
Why? Oh my, why? Why do you do this? I don't want to tilt. Hold on. Hold my beer while I tilt Jiggles. Why?